Hello and welcome to Breakfast Central on a Tuesday morning. What's good? Thank you so much for joining us. This is where you get the latest stories as it goes. We're proud to be here on a Tuesday. My name is Joe Hansen.
And I'm Gbenga and Joe. Welcome to the #1 breakfast television show in West Africa. This is Breakfast Central. This is where we bring you the latest information, news, analysis, insights, and some side gist on what Nigerians are saying. There's Which Way Nigeria. There's also wake-up conversations. And I'm always excited about wake-up conversations because the topics we discuss sometimes gets us animated and agitated. And I'm wondering what we have this morning. Mixed feelings,
Gbenga. First off, we did congratulate the Super Falcons when they came back, especially from yesterday. We had mentioned when our correspondent who was live in Morocco joined us and talked about how they are about to return back to Nigeria. Celebratory mode, very fantastic. However, yesterday the president did crown it up with a very, very beautiful offer. The girls were given a largesse and they would be going home with a total of about 150 million naira, while the coaches were given $50,000. No, individually.
Okay.
Individually.
So the whole 22 girls, 22 girls who went for the tournament, or 23, will get 150 million naira each. Do you know what that factors into? That's more than $1 billion naira.
Gbenga, I mean, who would rather not do it for the girls? They've won it for the 10th time.
Okay, you've won it for the 10th time.
The 10th time.
I don't want to sound like a hater, but I think that money is too much, especially for a country. Yesterday, when I did Which Way Nigeria, I was talking about the amount of money we're borrowing. Exactly. We're not Switzerland. We're not Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We're not Qatar. We're not a country that is swimming in wealth. You go around the teaching hospitals, the universities, just go and look at their facilities, and then you think, what a country that can't take care of its doctors, can't take care of its teachers. You still saw police pensioners complaining the other day. And then, look, it's no diss to the girls. I celebrate them, fantastic. They did a great job, but $100,000 each, I think, is overboard. That's too much for a country like Nigeria, especially at this point in our nationhood. I'm not saying you shouldn't celebrate them. They got national honors, too, let's not forget. 150 million naira, come on, for doing their jobs. Because at the end of the day, they're doing the jobs. Look at the soldiers that die in the front lines. They're also doing their jobs. They've sacrificed even more. They get 3,000 naira a day feeding allowance, soldiers in the Nigerian army. And these girls, kudos to them. I mean, it's not, I won't blame the girls. It's the people that decided that 150 million naira each is what they should get at this point in time in our nationhood. Joe, I think this just makes me want to, I'm just rethinking my career. Maybe I can come back to this world as a female footballer.
Well, Gbenga, say no more. Say no more to our viewers who are watching us now. Let's get your reaction, most importantly, this morning as you wake up. You could pick up your phones and let us know what you think if the monies that were given to the girls was too much. But for me, Gbenga,
what's going on, fam?
Gbenga, I've made up my mind that
you are leaving journalism.
I'm leaving journalism. If they can give them, Gbenga.
No, don't let Fabrizio see you. They might sign you.
Here we go.
Chelsea, and you're already going.
I've made up my mind because 100 and Gbenga.
No skills. I didn't know you were this skillful. What are you doing in journalism? But you know what? This is female football. Are you willing to change your name to Josephine from Jonathan?
Sometimes.
No, it's female football that pays. Because I don't think the guys have ever received this sort of.
But come to think of, you're right,
goodies.
They promised the Super Eagles when they won AFCON in 1994 that they will get houses in Abuja and choice areas.
Yeah.
That team was made up of Finidi George, Austin Jejo, Kocha, you can go on and go on, Peter Rufai, the late Peter Rufai.
I think the promise was only fulfilled recently.
31 years, just recently.
Yes.
They just got the houses. 31 years after. So this was promised under the regime of General Sani Abacha.
What are you trying to insinuate here? Or I'm thinking too far. No, they will get their money. I mean, a promise made is a promise made.
I hope, what we're trying to say now, I hope that the girls will get their money, you know, and we hope that the promises will not fail. Anyway, but they said they're going to give them, now take note, this is where I'm worried. They said they're going to give them 3-bedroom flats in the renewed Hope Estate. The estates are not ready yet.
They'll be ready.
You have hope too.
Yeah,
so
I have hope that there's renewed hope
that it will be ready.
It will be ready.
We hope they wouldn't have to wait for 30 years.
And it's one of the things that Mr. President would want to use as for campaigning in 2027. So it better be ready.
We don't know what your thoughts are, but let's see what the president said while he welcomed the Super Falcons who made their way to the villa. It was indeed a celebration of some sort. Let's take a look.
In addition, there is a cash award of the Naira equivalent of 100,000 US dollars each to the 24 players and the equivalent of 50,000 to the 11-man technical team. Crucial time, crucial victory. On behalf of the grateful nation, I hereby conferred on the players the 11-man technical team with national honor of officer. I hereby direct the allocation of 3-bedroom apartments and technical crew in our renewed Hope Estate. In addition, there is a cash award of the Naira equivalent of 100,000 US dollars each to the 24 players and the equivalent of 50,000 to the 11-man technical team. I congratulate you, and I will continue to pray for you. With this, Nigerian spirit is unyielding and will never die. God bless you.
We are very grateful to Mr. President, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our father, a great father to the nation, and our mother, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. This is the first time a president who hosts the Super Falcons of Nigeria to a presidential reception in the 10 times that we have won the Africa Women's Championship, now known as Women's Africa Cup of Nations. The first time a president will host the Super Falcons in the 10 times they have won this tournament. Thank you, Mr. President.
Well, we can say thank you.
That's
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I mean, honor should be given to whom honor is due.
We agree. Well, you've highlighted the fact that based on what the country is going through and the economy, maybe that money seems to be too much.
And what other people are sacrificing.
Yeah, but let me also remind Nigerians that the former president, President Muhammadu Buhari, late President Muhammadu Buhari, right before his demise, during his administration, he also honored some players. He honored the class of, I think, 1985. That's on FIFA under 16, and also he honored the FIFA under 17. That's way back. Now, let me quickly reel out what he gave to them. Various monetary rewards were given to the FIFA under 16 World Cup winners. Yes, he gave them something. Now, what did he give to them? Let's look at it. Well, he gave them 1.2 million naira. 1.2 million naira for the 2015 FIFA Under-17 World Champions. Okay. And then he gave 500,000 naira each. 500,000 naira for the FIFA Under-23 Cup of Nations winners, who were actually doled out by Buhari. So that's what he gave them. He also gave them a token of appreciation for their efforts and patriotism. He made mention of that. The president directed a 1-minute silence in honor of the late Kingsley Aikubari. If you remember him, he was a member of the Under-16 World Champions of 1985, who died in London in 1996. So let's compare this. Exactly. 2016, this was 2016. Yeah. And this is 2025. Can we say because there's currency change?
Nah, I mean, this is a whole lot of, it's a huge...
President Buhari gave 2.5 million, 1.5 million, and 500,000 naira.
It's huge.
Concurrently.
I mean, I've seen first-class people, first-class graduates on...
the first-class graduates who are being
Twitter,
given...
where Adekunle Gold was giving them 250,000. I mean, I'm not saying...
That's from his own pocket too, yes, trying to encourage them.
From his pocket. I'm not saying this girls don't deserve it. The house is fantastic, good enough. The national honor, good enough. If you put a price, if you give them 5 million, 10 million, I think 10 million is decent enough.
But 150... Yeah, using the exchange rate, $1,000
for playing 7 games. I mean, okay, anyway, I know it's not.
You be the judge.
I'm only expressing it's my opinion here. We would like to know what your thoughts are. So it's just my opinion.
Anyway,
I'm not hating on the girls. I celebrate the girls, but I just think this time of our nationhood,
where the police officers are asking for money, doctors are on strike. Lagos State is begging the doctors not to go on strike to return to work. You also have the educational system in a complete comatose, a state of...
I mean, we do this every day.
We're tired. We talk about it every now and then.
we talk about it every day.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. We celebrate the Super Falcons. Well done. But I think we're also trying to weigh the divide. Two sides to a coin. People are saying, well done, good mood, and hopefully the presidency will keep to its promises. But there's also another angle, which is what we just discussed. What about the institutions that drive the economy itself? We'll talk about education, healthcare, not forgetting to the security and so on. But we'll leave that.
The nation.
Yeah. We'll leave that to the presidency and then. But there was also a tweet from the SSA celebrating the girls, talking about Mr. Bayo Nanuga having a tweet and talk about the celebration that took place, especially in the villa. But from one story to the other, we're going to flip the coin again this time. We'll go to a story that many have followed religiously.
Especially users of social media. We'll be very familiar with this story.
And when he starts,
PWAN Real Estate Company.
Because PWAN Real Estate Company. The real estate company that is selling. What are we talking about here? Well, if you follow the story with a man who has joined us here on Breakfast Central many times, Scott Iguma. He was recently arrested and fingers were pointed to PWAN Real Estate Company for orchestrating his arrest, working in connivance with the police authorities. That's a picture of him, and the hand you see him holding is a hand in which he said he was bleeding. Reasons? He made a long video explaining how the police decided to handcuff him, tie his hands to the back, and the handcuff was so tight, and they kept telling him that he was going to face the wrath of law since he was proving to be very stubborn and not yielding to the directives to stop calling out PWAN Real Estate.
I mean, this all started when people, alleged victims of PWAN sent him receipts that, look, they've paid for land allocation and they've gotten nothing, no refund, no land, and he took it upon himself to petition the EFCC. But pending the investigation of the EFCC, I guess the chairman of PWAN Real Estate made a complaint to the police alleging cyberbullying and defamation of character. So things got really ugly, and he was arraigned before. I believe he's out on bail now. But let's take a listen.
Happens to me, PWAN should be the #1 suspect. If I go missing, PWAN should be the #1 suspect. If anything happens to my family, nuclear or extended, P1 should be the #1 suspect. If I fall sick, P1 should be the #1 suspect, because I see no reason why P1 is going around and calling people.
So that's one of the first videos before his arrest, where he had made mention that should anything happen to him, Nigerians should hold P1 responsible. Now, after that video, he was indeed called and then arrested.
Yeah. And while he was arrested, he went through an ordeal, which he explained on social media. He didn't eat for 2 days. He was intimidated. I mean, it was almost like there was a personal vendetta against him.
Absolutely.
And this is a man that is trying to, highlight the plight of people who've been cheated. The Security and Exchanges Commission in Abuja did mention that P1's operations was Ponzi-like.
Exactly.
And that's from the SEC. So I'm also wondering why the chairman of P1 Real Estate hasn't taken up the SEC for defamation of character or for cyberbullying.
You just asked the best question, and that's the best question. Why hasn't P1 come on national television? By the way, we've sent a request to P1, so if you're watching, if you remember you work there, we've sent official emails to P1 requesting that they come on Breakfast Central to explain and break down what Nigerians shouldn't know. Yeah. And that's the question. If the Securities Exchange Commission, which is the authority body that oversees things like these, whether it's in transactions, in business dealings, in schemes, has highlighted that P1 is a Ponzi scheme-like organization. It didn't come from Scott.
I mean, naturally, what the police should do is, a citizen has done some
investigations for us.
He has petitions, he has names.
That's it.
Let's seek justice for those who have been cheated.
Yeah.
In this case, it seems the Nigerian police is working against the rules of justice. And it's not week on week, every other week, there's a complaint about the conduct and professionalism of men of the Nigerian police force. Just yesterday in Delta State, some 5 police officers were arraigned orderly room trial. They will face orderly room trial for, manhandling a young man in Delta State. Just every other day, there's one complaint or the other. And he, in this case, fingered the Deputy Commissioner of Police in Panti, saying he's working hand in hand with P1 Real Estate Company. But these are all allegations. And I hope the police authorities, higher ups in Abuja,
to crown it all up,
would do a thorough investigation.
To crown it all up, the price advocate, Scott Iguma, eventually laid his hands on a phone call conversation.
Oh, yes.
And that conversation just opened a can of worms, which I'm expecting that by now, the police would have been on his way to also call on the P1 chairman to present himself and let them look through everything. By now, I think the lawyers should have jumped on it and said, okay, let's go.
And last week, we spoke to the spokesperson of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission.
Yes.
I believe you asked him a question related to this P1 Real Estate Company, and he did acknowledge that, yes, he's aware of what's going on, and they have some of the case files. So we're also waiting for the EFCC to do a thorough investigation, invite the parties, and hopefully would get justice in this situation.
But let's listen to the audio. Let's take just a snippet, see what he said.
It's only built for 13 years. We carry almost millions of people. Yes, sir. He's committing a crime. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. Can you hear me?
He's breaking. That's why I'm walking around. So I'm even walking around the office to see if I can.
Hello, sir. I said he's a criminal.
Yes, I can hear you.
He's a criminal. The guy is a criminal.
All his intention is to meet you and maybe seek for a little tip or something.
Little tip. Once you give him one, he will be he will be asking for more.
Yes, it will be. Exactly. He's a very stupid person, sir. Very stupid. Small boy. Small boy.
Now you've heard them for yourself. So it was their very plan to arrest me the very first time I was invited to the DCP's office. The Deputy Commissioner of Police, Yaba Panti, Lagos. It was their plan to arrest me that very first time. But I can't tell them, say, if we go discuss anything, the chairman must be here. And the lawyer said, I'm not powerful enough to have a meeting with the chairman. And he can hear the chairman say, who is he? That way I will have a meeting with, who is he? And the chairman should stood so low to come and have a meeting with me. You heard him for yourself. He called me a criminal several times. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. He kept on calling me a criminal. Called me a small boy. That's why the second time when I went to the DCP's office, when I went to the Deputy Commissioner of Police office,
You know, sometimes you wonder, what country is Nigeria becoming?
And because different sets of rules for
different set of, and I'm going to say it here, and I'll say it again, and I think I'll keep repeating it. The name Nigeria means different things to different people. I keep saying that Nigeria is for those who have a separate law. The law does not apply to them. In short, they can circumvent the law. They can adjust the law. And then you have RIA. RIA is for those the masses. They don't have, the law does not apply to them. And why do I say this? In as much as we asked the EFCC spokesperson, yes, in as much as we asked the EFCC spokesperson, and he said, oh, it's not everything that they have to come out to talk about, that some work is going on underground. I dare to say this, that if it were RIA, which is the masses, this case would have been long concluded. They would have picked up every single person, locked them up by now. But because a certain individuals belong to Nigeria, which, of course, where I'm trying to divide it, imagine a chairman who has been peddled to have his hands on shady businesses, allegedly. All we expect is that, okay, thorough investigation. This man has done our job for us. Call him in, bring him in, let's take a look at every single thing that he's done. Okay, insaner climbs, you'll be invited. Thailand, even the United States of America where you go to cool off, even in France where you go to cool off, it doesn't see status, justice knows no status.
The Israeli Prime Minister, as we speak, is facing trial, corruption trial, and he still goes to court, even in the midst of a war. But let's take reactions from social media. Now we have Hyman. He says, according to the leaked call you just posted, they didn't plan your arrest. Although their calls is for suspicious and obvious that they're playing dirty games. If it's clean, he won't hesitate to come meet you in person. If it's clean, he won't have thoughts of bribing you. And I am G says, this country belongs to our citizens and not those working for us. The Nigerian police needs to call the officers to order. There are no internal organs to bring about civil action on erring officers, else the continuous misbehavior of its officers, but rank and file in Nigeria in 2025. I'd like to say something about this. Yeah. You know, I think the Nigerian police is overwhelmed with disciplinary cases of and behavior of its men and personnel. Just yesterday, Bridal, the PRO, Delta State Police Command, did make the announcement of those.
We have that story too.
Oddly, those policemen that were arrested for brutalizing a citizen. It's one day this and that, and you wonder if the police will ever catch a break.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But then again, drop your reactions. Let's know what you think. We're live streaming on YouTube and other social media platforms. Let's move on now to another story. You just mentioned the police officer, Bridal. Well, he's also in the news, and the story simply is that there's a video that he did put up. And I must say this. I appreciate him. And I appreciate him for one reason, and he has my respect. Because he is one police officer who has decided to take it upon himself to use social media the right way. Now, there's something called the use of social media, especially in communications. And he's one of the persons who has done that, where he has used the law or the ambit of the law to explain, share, and give in details some very important information that circles around crime and crisis. But let's take a listen to this particular one. I can bet you it will shock you.
Having 3 suspects. One of them is a 27-year-old lady who just got married March. She will be the one that will explain why she's here, but I can assure you that it will be very shocking. What is your name?
Merit. Ele.
Merit. Okay, Merit got married March this year, and according to her, she said she was given money by a younger brother or elder brother, as the case may be, to purchase a tricycle, and she used that money to sponsor, you say your, what did you call it again?
Bridal shower.
Bridal shower. She used the money for her bridal shower. Now, it did not end there. On Sunday this week, that is, what's that date?
20th.
On the 20th of this month, July 2025, she told her husband she was coming, and the next thing we heard was that she has been kidnapped. The ransom money was paid. The ransom of how much? 3 million naira was paid. But the husband did not give up. The husband followed up with the case he had already reported at the State Special Anti-Kidnapping and Cyber Crime Squad, and will continue to work until we arrested one of the suspects who eventually let the cat out of the bag. What you can't do?
So I now masterminded the plan to forge that I was kidnapped.
You masterminded the plan to say you were kidnapped.
Yes, sir.
With who and who?
Peter and
you don't know the other one name. Where you from? No, Peter.
he works at where I was staying before as a security personnel there.
Okay. So how much your husband eventually pay?
3 million.
3 million. Who paid the money?
Him and my brothers.
Okay, your husband and your brothers.
Yes, sir.
So when the 3 million come reach your hand, what will you come do?
We went to a POS woman shop.
Okay.
They transferred to the POS woman. So she put 2.5 in my account and gave them 500,000 naira cash.
Okay, you gave your accomplices 500,000, you 2.5 million. You don't have man now. I don't be hammer, you hammer. So where the 2.5 million naira now?
It's my account, sir.
I mean, these are the things we
So you
discussed
say,
on Friday, talking about erosion of values and how people are so desperate in the system. I mean, how do you do this to your own husband? What's his 2.5 million?
Bridal shower. So you claim that you were kidnapped, and then you connived with a few persons, 3 million, you took 2.5, you gave them 500 cash. Is that a wife?
Wife mats around the mud.
I beg you.
It's really sad, man.
It's something else. But then again, instead of her to do that, she would have enrolled in a football academy.
Exactly.
Try her skills, because she sounds young.
Try your best.
You never could tell. You might play for the Falcons,
and instead of 2.5 million illegally,
you will get 150 million. Gbenga,
plus house and national honor.
Maybe we're in the wrong profession.
So after this, take that football. Let's go outside.
Yeah, after this,
on the express road.
I think I will make my choice after today.
It's not too late.
HR, we are coming for you. But let's bring to you the top stories, Gbenga. It's not too late. We can do it. We can. The top stories for today. Today on Breakfast Central, reps propose single-day voting, and Nigerians are excited about this one. Hopefully it scales through. Lagos APC members protest ahead of 2027 elections. That's exactly what's going on. We'll find out why they're protesting. Don't give Kwankwaso undue attention. NNPP tells President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, don't answer him. Can ADC win in 2027? That's a big question, because we see what's happening in the SDP, and is the coalition really working? And then we have the front pages of the newspapers where you can call in live and drop your 2 cents. We'll be right back to begin.